Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, and I have no idea why I say "coming at ya" so often. I really don't even like that phrase. I have no reason to say that phrase. I personally think it sounds kind of dumb, but I just accidentally say it like every other game that I do. So this is Moletrap going away from you. Um, and I'm gonna be doing some StarCraft games here today. I'm sorry it's been a little while. I've been a little bit busy lately. I know this is big news. I got a job. Well, I got a temp job. Don't get too excited. It's just a crappy temp job, and I hate it. And I'm gonna kill myself because of it. But at least that means I am making money right now, so I'm not gonna starve to death anymore. Well, I wasn't really on the verge of starving to death anyway. Again, thanks to all the people that helped me out in the last couple months. Um, but anyway, yeah, I was still in a little bit of financial danger, and so having a little temp job, even though it pays crap, is going to be helpful for that. Unfortunately, I'm working in a call center. Like, you know how when you're eating dinner and some jerk calls you to interrupt your dinner to talk about something that you don't care about? That's me. I am now that jerk. Um, at least it is. It's wow, those are awesome pictures, by the way. Let me talk about the game. Okay, before I talk too much about my stupid job, um, I'm going to be doing the whole set of eSTRO versus the Stars. eSTRO. I don't know if eSTRO has like another name. Like everyone's like the WoongJin Stars. I think eSTRO is just eSTRO. Like I don't think they have a second name. Anyways, so yeah, and the eSTRO versus the WoongJin Stars, and I'm gonna try and do the whole set because there's some fun matches coming up in this set. Especially looking forward to Game 2. One of my favorite players of all time is facing off against a player that I hate. So I'm hoping Up Magic owns free, but we'll see about that. But there's also some other good stuff. Zero is playing in Game 3, and he's another favorite of mine. We'll just have to see what happens. Anyway, should be some good games. This is going to be an interesting matchup here. We got Sea.Really versus Sea.Guemchi, actually, is one of his names. I think I saw in the beginning he was going by Saya or something, and that was really fail by Guemchi because he had a chance to get his probe in there. Maybe he wanted to keep the probe, I guess, but he had a chance to get his probe through that wall to try and see what was going on in the base. I think it would have been advantageous to run in there and just take a little scope around, see what's up. But instead, he's just going to not accomplish anything and he's going to try and kill off that SCV, and it's just not going to happen. And he's going to get chased off. He's not going to know anything about what's going on. He could have run his probe around, seen if it was there was a command center or something like that. You can pretty much assume there's going to be a factory. But I don't know. It just helps to know. Anyway, sending out that first zealot as well. So he's going to put some pressure on there. Anyway, yeah, Guemchi, by the way, the Protoss player, and Sea.Really is the Terran player. Really has been kind of like one of eSTRO's aces, although that's not saying too much since... Oh, that SCV! Almost! Oh, it's probably got like one hit... Oh, never mind. I thought that was the SCV that was damaged from before, so, got a couple hits on it from full health. Survives the day. But it looks like the Dragoon that's going to follow is going to be able to pick it off, and so he's not going to get a scout. So neither player is really going to be able to scout. Look at that. Oh, he got one hit on the Marine! All it needs is 2 more hits on that Marine and kill it off, but it looks like that Marine is going to be able to get back to safety, the safety of that wall just in time. Yeah, really has kind of been one of eSTRO's like top players, but it's not saying much. I really don't know why. I mean, he's been kind of hyped a lot lately, but I'm not sure why. He's only got like a 40-something% win rate or something like that, which, you know, is not as horrible as you can get, but it's not as respectable as you would expect out of the top player for a team. But he's also, I mean, he's had to kind of fill in because Up Magic has been slumping and that kind of thing. So he's been solid though. He's pretty consistent. Not really incredibly skilled. You never see anything too outstanding out of him, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention to him because he does have a lot of fans. But yeah, he's pretty good. Guemchi, on the other hand, kind of a similar position, I guess. He's a Protoss player that the Stars throw out sometimes. Free is their kind of ace Protoss player, and so they mostly send him out. But sometimes they do send in Guemchi as well. Anyway, Sorry, I'm just talking about Magic a moment ago, and I just got a ping. I've got this thing called Growl on my computer, where it's this like alert thing. So if I get an instant message or a private message or something like that on IRC, it pops up on my screen, so it doesn't. So I don't have to switch all the way over to that other program to see what's going on. It's pretty sweet. And someone just mentioned Up Magic and me in the same sentence, so it popped up. Anyway, yeah, so Guemchi, kind of a second-rate Protoss player, not very good in general. Doesn't play a whole lot. That's why he's actually on my Fantasy Pro League anti-team, and he's one of my better anti-team players because he doesn't get very much playtime or any kills. So anyway, I'm hoping he loses here. Plus, you know, gotta root for eSTRO. They're kind of, I wouldn't call them really a favorite team, but I like rooting for them. They're kind of the underdog team, and they've been playing a little bit better recently, so it's good to see them having a little bit of success. I'm really surprised by the lack of pressure from Guemchi. Normally, if you open, I mean, you want to try and put pressure on the Terran player here, and he hasn't put any pressure on him at all. He just camped his own ramp with his units and tried to deny the scout instead of, you know, trying to send in forces and try and do some harassment or anything like that. I mean, he sent that one zealot in there, and he's like, "Oh, Marines, gotta go. Peace out. Never attack you again because we've got a supply depot with Marines behind it." In the meantime, it looks like he's teching to a. Well, the Robo's a little early for a DT drop build, I would think. Although he may have. I mean, this is off a 2-base thing, so it's not like a 1-base DT drop or anything like that. But he's just getting that Citadel down, and it looks like he's basically just kind of skipped. You know, the Reaver tech altogether, and he's just going to go straight for Templar tech and play a kind of a macro game here. And he's got to do a little bit of macro catching up, since Sea.Really has 2 bases now, and Guemchi is only on 2 bases as well. So Guemchi's kind of got to get a 3rd base there, unless, I mean, if Sea.Really is going to be more aggressive, then he can do fine off 2 bases, I guess, for the time being. If you know, he's going to have to pump out units for that sort of thing, and it looks like you know, really is being a little bit aggressive. He's not just, and here he comes out with a nice little force, a very nice force of some vultures, a few tanks, and a few marines. It looks like he was going to go for a little bit of a kind of a timing force attack. What is he doing? Why is he withdrawing? He's got him on the run, but he's withdrawing now. Maybe he just wanted to mine that up. Maybe he's going to try and set up a contain here on the top of this ridge. He could be waiting for reinforcements, I guess. It looks like we got some vultures on the minimap heading towards that direction. So that might be what he's thinking about. I don't know why he's putting pressure on, but then like falling back and not actually doing much about it. Maybe he's afraid of falling into a trap of reinforcements. But now he's revealed this force and shown that he's going to be aggressive here. And so Guemchi is going to have the chance to respond and think about this. And he's sending out a couple Marines really pointlessly. He really needed those Marines in case a shuttle was going to fly over those tanks. And here he's going to try and push up this ramp. This is oh my gosh, this is a really, really bad maneuver here. Why is he trying to break up the small ramp instead of going down the large ramp from an advantageous position? Oh, and he actually did run some vultures in the side. Okay, so that's kind of what he was doing, putting some pressure there and running some vultures in down that large ramp, and now he's going to siege up on that expansion. Okay, so I was thinking that it'd be a good place to go if he was going to siege up and contain, but not if he was going to try and pressure up that ramp. Oh, maybe that was oh, okay, never mind. The vultures came in a dropship, actually, not I thought they'd come down the ramp or something like that, and I just missed it. But it looks like they were actually dropped into the base, into the main base area. Now he's going to come in here with another dropship full of a few more vultures. DTs are out. There are mines next to that gateway, but there's an observer in view, so within view of those mines, so it's not going to do any good. DT is unfortunately for Guemchi chasing that vulture around. I think that DT has better things to do than chase the vulture. He needs to be sending that to Really's base to see if he can do anything about it, or at least sending it into those siege tanks and trying to see if he can take one of those out. Yeah, he really should have just, you know, sent that Dark Templar in there, although there are some mines on that ramp. It would be hard to get down there. It's too bad he doesn't have a shuttle. I have no idea why he doesn't have a shuttle yet. Shuttles can be very, very handy in situations like these. And yeah, he's just got mines. He doesn't have turrets or anything like that, so it's almost a shame for Guemchi that he didn't get a shuttle and go for some kind of a DT drop, because it could have been really, really effective. I don't see many turrets or anything like that around. Now he's moving in here. Siege tanks are within range of those Dragoons as they're trying to break down that ramp. They're just sitting there firing away at mines, getting shelled by those 2 siege tanks. Luckily for him, there's only 2 siege tanks, though, because now they're going to be able to moving closer. One of the siege tanks was dropped in the back. There's a bunch of mines in the way, so he's going to be able to shell those probes. He has killed a lot of probes. Look at that, 6 kills on that tank. I'm not sure if those are all probe kills.